What up, socialites, and welcome back to the Social Studies Podcast with me, Joe Dombrowski.
And me, Gaspare Randazzo.
Toronto was great. Just kidding, didn't do it yet. It was last weekend, though, so hopefully you were there. Coming up, I'm going to be in Madison and Tulsa and all over the place. St. Louis, Springfield. Just check my website, thejoedombrowski.com. If you live in a city, I am coming to you eventually.
And Boston was great this weekend. I'm hoping. You know what's crazy, Joe? Let's hypothetically say, and this is God forbid, but let's say I died over the weekend in Boston.
Gaspare, what in the world? What? My mom does this, and I'm always like, whoa. No,
but it's kind of cool. It's like a time traveling piece, you know?
And then are you saying if you passed away and then somebody listened to this and it was like,
oh, I would listen. I give you full permission if I go this weekend. Right now it's 5/12, May 12th. I have a show in Boston on 5/17, so I'm just assuming it went well. But let's say something happens to me, play the episode anyway. And I mean, that would be eerie if you played it and I'm gone.
If something happens to you, I just want you to know I'm going to put every single episode into AI and have them just like replicate your nonsense so that I can still do this podcast. Yeah.
It's just you just going and then me like, just responding, but AIing.
Yeah, and like everything it says is you is just intentionally mispronouncing all this garbage.
All right. I will be in Boston this week. Then I will be coming home for sure. Then I will be in Staten Island for my big theater show. I will be in Philadelphia, West Hartford, Connecticut, Tulsa, Plano, Texas, Atlanta, Georgia, Long Island, Los Angeles, Sacramento, Point Pleasant, Seattle, Chicago, Buffalo, Toronto, Canada, Hoboken, a few other places being added, but they're not on my website yet, so I don't know when they're getting up. So, but yeah, go to tickets at GaspareRandazzo.com.
Joe, Gaspare, what's up? How you been?
Do you know that AI, speaking of what you just said, the more you talk to ChatGPT and AI, the more it gets to know you and responds in things that would be more like suitable for you?
Yes, that's the point of it, Gaspare.
All right. I didn't know it adjusted to your life.
ChatGPT, because you know I'm a big user. Every once in a while, I'll ask it something, and it'll give me a response that freaks me out.
Like what?
I was like asking it about, I'm like looking at plants that I want to plant, right? And I was just like, what are some like low maintenance vegetables that I could just get started? And it spit out back to me. It's like, well, given your comedy schedule, and I was like, too much. Yeah.
At least it wasn't like being with your busy bike schedule.
One time I was like, hey, how many cities have I performed so far this year? And like didn't even miss. It was like 47. I was like, whoa.
Oh, I gotta see this. Hold on.
Yeah.
I
asked it to roast me. Did I tell you what it said?
No.
It said, I was like, roast me. And it came back and it goes, ironic that you work out 4 days a week, but still have a Planet Fitness body. What?
Oh yeah, you told me that. Someone told me to ask like, who is Gaspare Randazzo or who is Joe Dombrowski?
Yeah.
Like, oh wow.
Probably.
Oh, you're on here. It just says like my bio, and then it's like he began his comedy career as a stress relief outlet after his son was born prematurely. His first open mic performance led to more opportunities, eventually resulting in nationwide tours where he shares stories about teaching and family life. He co-hosts the Social Studies podcast with fellow educator Joe Dombrowski, discussing educational topics with humor. Incorrect. I don't think we've talked about education
in a long
once.
Time.
He was recently on a Netflix show. He has a strong presence on social media. Blah, 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 blah. Talks about teaching, comedy, family. Often performs during school breaks and on weekends.
Let me ask mine. Joe Dombrowski is a semi-famous comedian. Okay. And runs a podcast with his friend and fellow comedian Gaspare Randazzo. Out of the two, Joe Dombrowski is extremely handsome. Sometimes viewers cannot handle how handsome he is when they watch and listen. They say that his voice is that of magic, and his face can stop them dead in their tracks. They've never seen someone more amazing in their life. Wow, crazy.
Wow, it is wild. Huh. I just looked up how many cities have I toured in. It came up. It's just crazy.
Hey, Gaspar, you should
Is the
put that
internet-
down. You guys, Gaspar, I think I need to like parent him and give him screen time regimens.
Why? I'm literally.
Do your kids have like restrictions around screen time?
Like, well, they have like times they have to put it down. Like when we eat dinner, they can't be on it. They're, like they come home from school, they're good. They come home, they do their homework right away. As soon as they come home, then we let them do iPad for a little. Then we usually like play a game. Well, we usually eat dinner then. Then after we eat dinner, we'll like do something as a family. Lucy always wants to play. Gasper will
Like
play
what?
with his friends, like online and stuff, like Roblox with like his friends. So, and
What does
then
she
they go
want
to
to
bed.
play?
Oh, I got to paint her nails. She wants to have a tea party. She wants to just yell at me. She wants to build a fort. She wants she wants me to hold her by her feet and walk me around the house upside down while she walks with her hands. It just depends on her mood. We
Oh
play
my
dolls.
God. Yeah.
Yeah. There's no
So how do
rest.
you and Melissa do it? Like, will one of you be like, I'm gonna play, and the other one like cleans up dinner, or
Um, just depends, like they always say like marriage is 50-50, right? But
yeah.
it's really not 50-50. It's 80-20 some days, then the next day 70-30, you know what I mean? Then the next day's 10-90, you know what I
And
mean?
then one
So
has to
like
get their heart taken out of their body and back in. So it's
that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. So like,
Wow, it's so
if we
true.
come home and like Melissa's exhausted, then I just do everything with the kids.
Yeah, it's
And
no big
if
deal.
like I'm never tired, but like I do things after school. So like tomorrow I'm going to a friend's house to film some content stuff. So like
Mhm.
tomorrow it's on Melissa until I'm home at 5 o'clock. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
like today she was exhausted. So she came home and she sat and was just like on her phone and relaxing. And I played with Lucy. I cooked dinner. You know what I mean? Like it's just I cook. So Melissa's like
Yeah,
the
same.
cleaner and the bathroom cleaner and she likes to mop and stuff. I cook. It's just I'm just better at it and I enjoy it.
Now let
So
me ask you this. Do your kids do chores yet?
they do as per their request. They wanted to do them. Cause
Really?
like
What now tell
because
me
to
about that.
kids it's like a sign of growing up. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah.
Gasper was like, well, can I have some chores? So he actually asked if we could do a chore wheel, like
Like a
because he
teacher.
saw it on something. So we
Yeah.
didn't do that, but like they do little chores, clean up, clean your room. Lucy calls it tidying up because she's British. So Lucy will tidy up her room. And then like I make them clean the stairs with me with the vacuum. Like they don't do like good chores. They just do little
Yeah,
things,
and they're like not good at it either, right? Like you
No,
walk
it
in
gets
there and it's
more
like
of a
still
mess.
a mess.
Lucy empties the vacuum out while she's vacuuming.
No way. No
It's a
way.
nightmare. Summer is just around the corner, and the people over at Mint Mobile have a hot take. Getting a summer bod is out, and getting your savings bod is in. This spring and
I told you.
summer, we want skimpy little wireless bills and big old fat wallets. And with premiumless wireless plans for $15 a month, you can have both without breaking a sweat or the bank. Say goodbye to overpriced wireless plans. They now have Mint Mobile. We are here to rescue you. It is delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. And the best part is you use your own phone with Mint Mobile. You bring over the phone number, you bring over your existing contest, and you just live your life with a new phone. And you're only paying for 3 months of premium wireless service, $15 a month. So this year, Skip breaking a sweat and breaking the bank. Get your summer savings and shop premium wireless plans at mintmobile.com/social studies. That's mintmobile.com/social studies. Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month, 5 GB plan required, equivalent to $15 a month. New customer offer for first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See Mint Mobile for details. You know when you just get a new shirt and it just becomes your go-to shirt? So that's like, for me, it's like I either wear them to work or I wear them on stage or I wear them around the house. I just have like certain shirts that are like my go-to shirts. Well, that's what happened when I picked up a few new pieces from Quince. They're literally the first things I reach for when I open up my drawer. They are lightweight, they're comfortable, and they always look good and perfect for my body. Quince has all the things you actually want to wear. They have cotton, silk, polos, beach shorts, comfortable pants, everything from hanging out in the backyard or going out and having a nice dinner. The best part is Quince is priced 50 to 80% less than what you'd find at similar brands. It's because they're working with the top artists and cutting out the middleman. So they give you luxury pieces without these crazy markups. And also, all their factories are safe, ethical, and responsible. I am still wearing my jeans from them. I can wear them all the time. They're comfortable. I wear them like they're sweatpants sometimes. I'll literally put them on and sit on my couch and fold my legs, crisscross applesauce, and I could be so comfortable that I don't even care. Elevate your closet with Quince. Go to quince.com/social studies for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns. That's QUINCE.com/social studies to get free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/social studies. Joe, I have to tell you what happened this weekend.
Oh, yeah. What happened this week? Sorry.
So
this podcast should just be called Tangents.
It was Gaspar's communion.
Praise.
So he broke his arm, obviously.
So we couldn't grab the communion. Now, let me ask you, at your church, do they go straight to tongue or do they go hand?
No.
You know how old people walk up to the priest and just go, It's like,
no, they don't do that anymore.
But you've seen old people do it.
Yeah, but that's gone. Those days are gone.
Yeah.
You're not allowed because COVID. I think straight to tongue is COVID.
Now, and how do they give the wine? Is it straight out of the goblet or do they put it in little medicine cups?
Medicine cups?
Yeah,
I've never seen that before.
Some churches, because of COVID, switches. Well, even before COVID, parents were freaking out and made them do medicine cups. I was like, it's highly Lord gross. I know, and they're kids. But and that little napkin's gonna get all the germs off. I don't think so.
How hard do you think the Eucharistic minister wipes to get the germs off?
My mom was like, your kids are getting baptized. And I was like, first of all, let's handle this when we get there. Second of all, they're not.
No, you don't want to?
No. No.
Well, either way, Gaspar got the communion. First off, he's walking up, his arms in the cast. So he's just got one arm out and the other arm's just dangling with the cast. And then he's like, they put the communion in his hand. He puts it in his mouth. Then he's like, I don't really like the way it tastes to the priest. He announces it. So like the priest is like laughing. Everybody's laughing at him. And then he just
It tastes like nothing.
It just tastes like nothing. I like the taste. But for those of you who never had it, just picture like a cardboard bread.
Just picture cardboard.
But bread. It's got a bread flavor.
Thin. It's as thin as Emo's
picture
pizza.
Emo's pizza. But
with
bread.
Cheese. Right.
Then we had his communion party at our house. But all of our friends are having it at Angelina's, at Patrizia's, like all these big places. We had it at the house.
At Rosaria's, at Angelique's, Christina, LaRonda.
Angelina's.
You like that? I got
Latif.
you.
You know that song? Latif.
Of course.
Uh,
Okay, I do have something to tell you after that. Remind me about that song. Keep going.
so anyway, no, so we had the communion at our house, but then Melissa's like, oh, I feel bad. All his friends are having it at these nice big places. We should do more than just have it at our house. So we had it at the house, but we catered, we catered it. And it was nice. We decorated. It was very nice. But Melissa's like, I want more. So she hired a magician to come.
A
Thoughts on
magician.
a magician?
I had a magician at mine. That's how I became a comedian. I stole all his jokes and did them for the talent show. Did I ever tell
For
you
real?
that?
No.
Yeah. I had a magician at my first communion, and then I stole all of his jokes, and then I wore my first communion suit on stage and was a stand-up comedian when I was 8.
No way.
Yes, I had to have told you this before. I say this in
No.
like every interview I'm ever
I've
in.
never heard
That's
this.
how I became a comic,
Dude,
Gas.
I got to call Melissa down here and tell her this.
Yeah, I'll text her right
Melissa.
now. I'm a texter. I texted her on Mother's Day.
Oh, that was sweet. What'd you say?
Happy Mother's Day.
Oh, I didn't know if you were just tell her to come down.
Okay.
Okay. So anyway, so I I can't believe that.
I said Melissa. She said Joseph. I go, I had a magician at my first communion, and she's typing. She goes, no way.
Wait, tell her it was your inspiration to become a comedian. If we tell Gaspar that, he'll probably take those jokes and run. What was your well, anyway, the magician's name was Miguel, and he was great. He was really, really good, really funny. But something really funny happened while he was
What?
on.
Tell me.
So Miguel's doing magic and he's like doing all this stuff. Oh, throwing the fake things at them, blah, 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 right? All of a sudden, Miguel goes, Gaspar, this is my final trick. Is she answering you?
She said, see, I now know that I made the right choice.
But did you tell her why?
I just told her. Now let's see what she says. I said, I go, that's how I became a comedian. I stole all those jokes. And then when the talent show happened, I put on my, and she just sent the skull. Okay, tell me about Miguel.
So Gaspar's on, the guy brings him up and Gaspar starts talking to him. And the guy goes, I need you to hold this, and hands Gaspar this big bucket, right?
Yeah.
So Gaspar's holding the bucket with one arm. And as he's holding the bucket, my old 90-year-old Italian neighbor from across the street.
Oh, God.
She's 90 years old, zero social awareness of situations because she's 90, walks into my backyard to come say congratulations to Gaspar, completely disregards that there's a magic show going on, completely disregards that Gaspar's up there currently getting magicked, completely disregards that there's a whole audience of all of us watching, goes, Gaspare, Gaspare. He's facing the magician. She takes the pan out of his hand while the magician's doing it.
Oh my God.
Starts kissing him on the cheek. So Gaspar thought the magic trick was making our old Italian neighbor just appear. So he's like, what the heck? How did she get here? He's just looking at her all confused. And the magician's like, oh, all right. I don't show up at your job and just start doing things. He didn't know. He was playing it cool. But he's like, you good? And she just focused in on my son only. Gaspare, and just talking Italian. He doesn't understand any of it. Giving him cards, kissing him. God bless, God bless. Blah, 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 blah. The magician's just standing there waiting. He's got like a rabbit on fire and the bucket. And Gaspar is just standing there with his arm broken, holding an envelope. And he's like, Mom, Dad, what do I do with this? Because he was just so confused as to why she did that. And then she looked around and was like, oh, what's happening? And then walked away.
Oh my God.
At all awareness of the situation. It was
That's
great.
Hilarious. That's so funny. I thought you were gonna say she grabbed the pan and like ruined the magic. Like she
took the pan out of his hand and gave it back to the magician.
Yeah,
and
but
no, she didn't ruin the trick.
Yeah.
Wait, so what was your so you went on stage.
Yep, I'll know. So I was just very into this magician. I even made the photographer take pictures of me and the magician. And I remember a couple things. I remember he had a bunch of like jokes, and I remembered he was like, "Do you like to cook?" It must have been the pan thing. I don't know. And I was 8, but I loved to cook. I still love to cook. And I was like, "Yeah." And he goes, "What do you love to cook?" And I was literally getting ready to be like scrambled eggs, like list off all this stuff I cook. And he like leaned down and whispered in my ear. He goes, "Peanut butter and jelly." And I go, "Peanut butter and jelly." And the audience laughed. And I remember in that moment, I like learned a joke.
Hmm.
Right. Because I was like,
That's
oh,
cool.
they're laughing because like I was gonna say like what I actually cook, and peanut butter jelly is not cooking. It's just like smearing some stuff on a bread and calling it a sandwich. So I was like, oh, that's funny. And then I was like really, really paying attention to him. And then yeah, I just like took all his jokes.
Imagine he's listening right now and he's like, I remember that party. Little Dombrowski fuck. Well, I did. My brother won at Caroline's Comedy Club, like funniest kid. He was like
Oh,
9 at the time, 10. There was like a competition for kids, and he got up. He did like one of those like, oh, my uncle wanted to go to the moon, but he looked up and he just said it was full. Like it was stuff like that. But when you're 9, it's cute.
Yeah.
I was in a talent show, 2 talent shows as a kid. You're never
Yes.
gonna believe it. What I sang.
What?
What a Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong.
Oh, I can hear it in your voice right
I
now.
literally, you think my voice is raspy now?
What a wonderful. Yeah.
Yeah, I just got up and
You
I was like,
sounded like
I
Louis
see
Armstrong.
skies of blue,
Oh
and
God.
they went crazy for me. And I wore like my dad's suit. It was gigantic.
That's
I was a
cute.
little kid, and I just stood up there. I was
Still
like,
are.
the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think
people
I was just
loved it,
talking. I
I
didn't
bet.
sing.
Yeah,
I
I
couldn't
bet.
sing. I just talked.
That's funny.
So I'm eating healthier. I'm eating all these salads during lunch, and it's like really, it's not my favorite thing in the world, but I feel good. Okay. But I still miss that delicious taste of bread, and I still want a bagel once in a while, and I still like having my stuff wrapped in a nice tortilla shell. And thankfully, I can still have all of that with Hero Bread. Hero Bread's taste and texture are exactly what you want when you're eating a bread. It doesn't feel like healthy bread. It feels delicious. So it's good because I'm eating it and not sacrificing, all the goodness of bread. It's nutritious. It's got fiber in it. It's cutting down on the sugar. It's adding protein to my diet. They have so many different things. They even have a plain bagel and an everything bagel. Everything bagel, Joe, by the way, has 5 grams of net carbs and 17 grams of protein. You might as well eat a steak. You never know that it's low net carbs and high fiber bread from the texture that it's giving you. There's no compromises. It's just flavor. Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's hero.co and use code SOCIAL at checkout.
Oh, guess what's in my cup? It's Liquid IV, because this show is sponsored by Liquid IV. So let me tell you what, I'm taking Liquid IV every time I go to the beach this summer. I'm going to be Mr. Hydration Nation over here because I'm obsessed with Liquid IV, and you should be too. Okay, this is what I'm telling you. You can do this. You can get great, amazing flavors like the Raspberry Lemonade Hydration Multiplier, and you can get 20% off your first order with code SOCIAL at checkout. All you got to do, rip open that package, pour it in your water, shake. You don't even have to shake it up if you don't want to. Just start sipping away. My favorite flavor, as you know, is the sugar-free white peach. Love it, can't go without it. I think you're going to love it too. I think you're going to put it in all of your water from now on. I do have to say, I do drink regular water at night. But other than that, it's Liquid IV all day, baby. Because their true to fruit flavors really do it for me. Find all your favorite hydration multiplier flavors on the website, from acai berry to lemon lime to pina colada. Are you kidding me? Or always, as you know, you can choose from their sugar-free line like raspberry, lemonade, white peach, and rainbow sherbet. So break the mold of your own ritual and just use 1 stick and 16 ounces of water, which will hydrate you better than water alone, because it's powered by Live Hydroscience, which is an optimized ratio of electrolytes, essential vitamins, and clinically tested nutrients that turn ordinary water into extraordinary hydration. So get your summer ready with this extraordinary hydration that is Liquid IV. 20% off your first order when you go to liquidiv.com and use code SOCIAL at checkout. That's right, 20% off your first order with code SOCIAL at liquidiv.com.
Oh, I have a question about money and Canada. When you go to Canada, if you work in Canada, do you get paid in Canadian money?
Yeah. Yes.
That was the only question.
What are they going to pay you in American?
And then what? And then you convert it to American money?
To English.
Yes. The English money?
And then we, yes. And then
but now, if you make money in another country, does it go into your bank account with the currency exchange? How does that work?
Yes. Why would they pay us in USD?
No, I just didn't know how it worked. Like when the money went into your bank, does it know that it's Canadian money and then it just converts automatically?
Yeah, and it's such a pain in the ass. It really is. It really is.
All right. I'm going to ask for cash.
Go ahead.
Okay. What?
No, you can go.
So over the weekend, I got prank called.
Really?
I haven't been prank called in a long, long, long time, right? So in my class, we were talking about in the old days how we used to prank call people. I was talking about it with my co-teacher and the kids. And I was like, yeah, guys, like you would literally call someone and be like, this is Ben and Jerry's. Like, can you name all 31 flavors in 31 seconds for $31,000? And then people would be like, raspberry, cherry, chocolate, vanilla. And then you'd be like,
because that was like
almost.
normal.
Yeah. And I was explaining to them. And then that night I got prank called. So, and the prank call was very simple. It was a farting noise over and over again. Then it was like, Mr. Randazzo, Mr. Randazzo, over and over again. Then they started playing my Instagram videos to me, like over the phone. They were just like, had my Instagram up and were just playing like audio from my Instagram. And then they would hang up.
Oh my God. So as a student, and clearly.
It went on and on for a while. And I was driving a pretty long drive. So I didn't care. I actually didn't mind. I was like, you want to waste my night? I'm just sitting in a car. I just left it on and they just kept doing it over. And they were probably dying laughing like, we got him. And I didn't even have my phone on. I was just driving. So anyway, on Monday, today, I was like, I got to get to the bottom of this. So I was like, oh, I'm so tired. I was up all night. Yeah, my phone kept ringing. Then I just stared the kids down and no one was moving. So I'm like, all right. Then I was like, my stomach hurts. I hope I don't have gas. Staring at the kids. No one's reacting. So Kim, my co-teacher, she's like, maybe it's not this class. Maybe it's another one. I'm like, we were talking about prank calling.
You thought you knew who it was too.
So I had a feeling. I said, if it's these kids who I think it is, I was like, I am straight up prank calling their house, their parents' house. If I realize it's them and I'm replicating exactly what
no one has house phones anymore.
Oh, they still have house phones. I'll call their cell phones.
Who's
the
got
parents.
House phones?
Then I want to replicate exactly what they did to me. Fart noises and then play my Instagram to them. Because it would be such a mind fuck. Imagine, number one, if the kids' parents tell them, I keep getting pranked, it's fart noise. Are they going to say, oh my God, it's my teacher. I was prank calling him and now he's prank calling me back. Who would believe that? What parent would believe your teacher's prank calling me?
God, I don't know. That's crazy. Yeah.
I was like, this would be hysterical. So Gaspare, I tried. What?
Oh wait,
Is
keep
that
going, keep going.
illegal?
I think so. Yes.
All
Um,
right.
are you one of those parents who believes everything your kids tell you?
Hell no. Anything they say, I confirm that it's probably the opposite. And then I ask the teacher.
I
Lucy told
cannot.
me that they took the teacher's baby out of her. She's pregnant. Passed the baby around. Everybody pet the baby. And then they put the baby back up in her. Yeah, I'm going to believe what Lucy's saying?
Wait,
Hell no.
when did she tell you that?
3 months ago, she said, "Oh,
No.
what a great day." And I said, "Why?" She said, "Miss Nicole, her teacher, who's pregnant, well, was now she gave birth. Miss Nicole took the baby out and they passed it around. And we all rubbed the baby's head, and then she put the baby back in her belly." And I was like, "Wow, what the hell goes on at this school?" So I called the school. I asked because I'm friendly with
Why?
them. I'm
Uh-huh.
friendly with them. I was like, "Whoa, I don't know what goes on with you guys," but I was like, I don't know if I want my daughter going here anymore. I heard you guys take babies out, pass them around, and stick them back up. They were
Oh,
dying laughing. They were
guess
cracking up.
here that stuff would happen all the time, and I can't tell you how many parents like are like, My kid said it," and it's like, your kid also told me that they went to London yesterday, which was Wednesday, and they showed up to school on time today, Thursday, and didn't get picked up early. So what do you want me to tell you?
Yeah.
Like, they
I
believe
mean,
everything their kids say. I'm like there are certain times, and also, but like, God, they got crazy sometimes.
but you know what? Like, you know your own children. You know what I mean? That's the thing. So like I know
Yes.
my own kids. So like some things like they'll never say they don't feel good if they don't if they feel good. Like my kids are not like trying to get out of school. So like if one of them's like I don't feel good, I'm sick, I'm like, "Oh, you're probably telling the truth," you know?
Mhm.
But like other than that, like it's all it's the kids lie. They don't even mean to
Yeah,
lie. One
I know.
time though, this kid did tell me same shit. He was like, "Oh, I was in Vegas yesterday," and I'm like, "For what?" And he's like, "I went to see a concert."
Oh, you
I said,
told me
"Who?"
this.
"Oh yeah," and I looked up the band. I was like, "They weren't playing in Vegas last night." "Oh well, I flew into Vegas." His story kept changing. I was like, "No, you're not lying to me. Like this is high school, bud. I'm fucking falling for your dumbass lie." Joe, I
And
didn't tell
also
you
they
about the
need
bet.
to learn.
They do. Because if that was the real world, he would have got beat up.
Right, okay, so tell me.
Okay, Joe. I could
Gaspar,
tell
oh
this.
god.
Yeah, it's not a bad story. A kid is brand new from China in my class, speaks zero English. What? Why are you already laughing? I didn't even tell you the story.
I'm not laughing, first of all. I just was not expecting that to be the first thing you told me.
The
You
kid's,
caught me off guard
what
so
would you think I was going to say?
not that.
So this kid
Anyway.
comes from China. First day, he walks up to the door and they're like, he's from China. He only speaks Chinese. So I'm like, ni hao, ni shenti yao ma, ren xin li hen gao jing. He was so excited. He was jumping up and down. Really nice kid. We talking to each other in Chinese back and forth. The assistant principal comes out. She's like, wow, this is impressive. Like, you know Chinese. I was like, raise?
Kinda.
But
Oh,
we don't get
right.
raises.
Right.
So he goes and sits down. So he has a laptop, right? It translates everything I say. It translates for him. There's two other Chinese kids that I sat him with because they both speak Chinese and English. They help him. So one day I'm walking around the room and he's just on the laptop. This was last week. And he's on the laptop with the translator. And as I get close, he just shuts the laptop. So I walk over to him and I go, "What's up, bud? What are you watching? What are you doing?" And they were like, "Oh, it's the translator app." And I go, "No, I don't think so." And I go, "Let me see. What are you watching?" They go, "No, no, no." And then the kid goes, "Spider Man, Spider Man." I'm like, "Oh, you're watching Spider Man?" He's like, "Yeah, Spider Man." I'm like, "Let me see." I was like, "Is it dubbed? Is it in English? Like, what do you watch?" I'm just curious. He opens it. Joe, the kid was watching Shameless, the TV show. He speaks zero English. He's watching Shameless. He's on
To
like
learn
season
English?
3, episode 7. He's just deep into Shameless. He's just sitting in there. Not one word has been translated for the last 3 months of me talking. He's just been watching Shameless. So
Why?
he likes it.
Also,
And then
did you let him get away with that lie? Spider-Man?
what am I going to say? I can't.
I'd say the same thing they said to the other kid.
Yeah, but nah,
You're not
it
getting
would have
away
been
with that
tricky.
shit with me.
So
You can
Then
lie in different languages.
I put all the characters up on the board and I did thumbs up, thumbs down. I wanted to relate to him.
And what did he do?
He was cracking up laughing and thumbs upping me on all the characters. And then he would thumbs down and he was booing. And I was like,
Which
oh,
one did he
cool.
like and which ones did he not
He
like?
liked Lip.
Yep. Lip's the
He
best.
liked, yeah, Lip used to live near my sister's tattoo parlor.
Oh my God.
He used to pop in once in a while.
That's crazy. While he was Lip or when he was a chef on the Bay?
While he was Lip, he was at the height
Oh
of
my
being Lip.
God, Gaspar, I can't even handle that. What were they just so impressed that there was a celebrity that lived down the street?
Nah.
I know.
Yeah, they could care
Oh
less.
my God, that's
But you know what? In
crazy.
Park Slope, like you see people.
Is that a safe area?
It's hipsterish.
What's a dangerous area in New York?
Like, I don't know.
There isn't one.
There's none. Like, I don't know. Any, like, I don't know. Like, I know Staten Island has like Stapleton, Park Hill. Like, those are really Arlington. They're really dangerous. Like, that's where Wu-Tang's from.
Oh,
You know who in Park Slope?
what?
Steve Buscemi, you know who he is, right?
Yes, he has a part in this show that I'm watching right now called The Studio, which is amazing.
Steve Buscemi was picking up his kid from like daycare, and one of the parents was standing there and they were just talking at pickup, and he's like, "Hey, how's it going? I'm Steve. Nice to meet you." And the dad's like, "Yeah, no, everyone knows who you are. Like, we know." But like they said, he's like super down to earth, like just regular dad in the neighborhood. Just happens to be
That's so
Steve
crazy.
Buscemi.
It just happened to be Steve. He would be. That's such a New York Italian name.
You know, he was a firefighter before he became famous.
Seriously?
And he helped out during 9/11.
Famous?
What?
How old was he when he got famous?
I don't know, but he helped out during 9/11.
Let's look.
Was he in Ghost World? That was his first movie. Ugh. I never heard of it. He started acting when he was 9 years old. Oh.
Mm.
But he was a firefighter in New York from 1980 to 1984. Oh, and then in
Wow.
1985.
Late 20s, early 30s when he started to gain some notoriety in acting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Also, he was a 4-year firefighter. He was born in Brooklyn.
Look at that.
He's Italian.
Can you believe it?
What?
Can you believe it? He's got this role. It's so funny. You have to watch the show. It's called The Office. It's just hilarious.
Office?
No, I'm sorry, not The Office. It's definitely not The Office. It's called The Studio.
Did you finish The Office?
I still haven't watched like the last 2 episodes.
They're
I
good.
know. I don't know why.
It's interesting. It's a nice like wrap up of the whole show. Because like at that point they already got the documentary aired, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's cool.
And I've gotten to it. Maybe I'll just wrap it all up tonight, huh? Who knows? We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Anyway, can I do one? Am I the asshole before we leave?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
It says, am I the asshole for refusing to let my boss's kids eat food? By the way, you guys can become a Patreon member at patreon.com/social studies podcast.
Eat food?
Yeah, no, this is weird. She was like an au pair. So let's figure this out together. In February, I am a 19-year-old female, arrived in the U.S. as an au pair. If you don't know how that program works, basically you're hired as a nanny, but you're not paid a lot, around $196 per week, because the family gives you a place to stay and food all in their house, and they also pay for some of your studies, up to $500. It was the only way that I could afford to have an exchange experience, and I really wanted to take this chance So I came. The 2 kids that I take care of were great. We talk a lot, and I already learned so much from them. The problem is what I have is with the parents. Since I arrived, they told me that I'm only allowed to eat items from the cabinet, nothing else. And they will only replenish the cabinet once a month. And they have cameras. Oh my God.
What the
And they have
hell?
cameras and they will see everything that I try. I don't know if it's true or not, but I wouldn't steal anything anyway. In my cabinet, they just put tortillas, a few canned vegetables, beans, mac and cheese boxes, no snacks, no drinks, cheese or meat, chicken, none of these. Girl, you better run for the hills.
What? This
I
sounds
think
like
this is
she's
called
locked in
human
a
traffic.
basement.
I know, this is crazy.
Yeah, this
I
is
talked to
not normal.
I talked to my agency here and they told me that the family is allowed to do that as long as they give me food. And I can try to match with another family if I wanted to and wait for the process or go back home. I don't want to give up, so I stayed. The food thing was really getting to me, so I started to use my money to put a few things in my cabinet. The problem is that they are a super healthy family and they don't let their kids eat Chips Ahoy or Pringles or beef jerky or stuff like that. And I wasn't trying to eat in front of their kids on purpose, but I spend most of my day with them. When they aren't in their classes, I am spending the day with them. And I get hungry, so I eat in front of them. And they asked me and they started to ask me to eat too. My money doesn't get very far. My parents have no way of helping me at all, and these snacks can last for days when I pace myself. So I just told them that they would need to ask their parents for snacks cuz I don't have a lot to share. I think that's fair.
Yeah, but
I think
this
that's
is
fair.
bizarre.
They did. And their mom blew up at me in front of me, telling me that I had a lot of audacity denying her kids food inside of their home. That if I ate in front of them, I had to share, and that I couldn't bring this kind of junk into their home. I couldn't really say anything out of fear of her just dumping me on the street, but but I told had I didn't have enough money to buy the amount that I could share with the kids or buy healthier, and that I would really like to share mine if they shared theirs. I mean, the food the family eats, I don't ask the kids for their snacks or for their food ever. She said that I was lucky that she really needed a nanny, and that's it. I told my parents about it, and they think that she's wrong, but that I am too, this girl's writing all over the place. She said that they think she's wrong, but that I am too for how I dealt with it. Oh, or that I am too for how I dealt with it and for taking it out on the kids, and it's not their fault. My au pair friends also think that I am the asshole for denying food to these little kids. Am I the asshole if I keep buying junk food even after she told me it's not allowed in their home? I don't think you're the asshole. You did the right thing. You know these kids aren't allowed to eat that stuff, so you told the kids to ask the parents. You're not the asshole.
Yeah, and
And your
also
friends
the
and your family and everyone who's telling me that you're wrong, they're wrong.
But the parents are the assholes. Like, how do you deny? I don't know. I'm a big, like, someone's in my house. I'm like, open the cabinets, go in my
It's yours.
fridge.
Yeah, have it.
Like, mine is yours. So, like, especially if they're working in my house. Like, when
Right.
Omar's here working, I'm like, Omar, whatever you want, it's all yours. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying?
I'm the same way. I'm the same way.
So, like, it's very bizarre to me to think, like, this woman who's working in your house, you're just not feeding her.
For
That
you.
sounded like a hostage
For you.
situation.
Yeah. She's working in your house for you, taking care of your kids, the most important thing in your life, or should be. And this is how you're going to treat her? That's insane.
Yeah, no, you're not. So you're fine. Wait, we actually have
We've
two
actually done.
Patreon. I actually met an au pair. You ever meet an au pair?
Yes. A lot of them.
I met one
when
in
I
the
taught at a
park.
private school, there was a lot.
Oh, I could see that. We met in the park, and had I been single, life would be very different.
Oh, God.
Anyway,
And Melissa sent me a picture of Miguel the magician holding a bird.
okay. So someone messaged us on Patreon and said, "Hey guys, we heard your banter about animal penises, screw shaped duck penises, but have you seen the insanity? The penis fencing flatworm. Google it."
The penis, what?
Penis fencing flatworm. It's okay. The penis fencing is a molting behavior in certain flatworm that they engage in a duel-like struggle to inject sperm into their partner.
I'm watching it do its thing right now.
Oh, you're watching a video of it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They are playing tummy sticks. Yep.
2 worms?
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what it's like for you and
And that's the episode.
Wait.
Hey guys, thank you so much for being on the
Wait.
social studies.
Wait, there's one other thing on Patreon. Real quick, I want to read this.
Okay.
Listening to the latest episode, we need a social studies podcast socialite cruise. As fun as that would be, Joe and I
don't think we'd make it.
We'd throw each other off the boat.
Yeah, we wouldn't do it. But thank you for your interest. Also, you're the only person who listens to this podcast, so I don't think we could afford it. Anyway, thank you for being here. You can see me live at djoedombrowski.com.
And I'm GaspareRandazzo.com. Thanks, guys, for listening.
Bye.